Master, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I hope I'm audible at the back.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, I was here on this very auditorium giving my CC1, and I spoke about three things that I'm very passionate about: tennis, writing, and the third one was driving. Interestingly, driving was not a passion early on in my life. In fact, it was quite the opposite. I used to be extremely scared, terrified, even petrified at the mere thought of driving. But then I got married. And then I had a daughter. It brings with it a lot of responsibility. So I decided to go to a driving school and learn driving. They assigned a very experienced driving instructor, need of the hour. Now, this driving instructor, he was a no-nonsense kind of guy, very straight talking. Day one of our driving class, he looked at me and he said, "Hop on, let's go for a drive." So I hopped on to the driving seat and he sat beside me. And day one, I felt like a fresher, just like in any other domain. I looked at him and I said, "Can I have some induction training?" And he said, "Okay, the first thing that you need to understand is balance. You need to get the balance right between the clutch and the accelerator. Once you get that right, you can go far in this journey." I was astounded because, as in driving, so in life, you need to get the balance right between work and life, between your career and other priorities. So I made a mental note of this particular point, and I said, strive to achieve balance in everything that you do. So I made it my golden rule number one. So we moved on, and I started driving the car. And as you may imagine, for the first time in my life, I was driving a car and I was moving it forward without pushing it from the back. So we moved on, and so we were moving forward, and I was, still not very comfortable with the fact that I was driving the car, but the ecstasy and elation was still part of me right through the journey. At that point in time, the driving instructor looked at me and he said, "Sir, why are you driving looking at the rearview mirror all the time?" And I said, "I'm afraid that somebody is going to come and hit me from the back." So he made a very pertinent point at this point in time. He said, "Sir, this is very important that you know. If you keep driving like this, you're going to have an accident." And again, I felt, just like in driving, so in life, if you keep driving looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to not achieve your objectives in life. Because I was doing the same for a long, long time, and I used to look at my past mistakes, missed opportunities, and I missed a lot of things moving forward. So this is a lesson for all of you as well. Moving forward, try and see that you do not look in the rearview mirror of your life and focus on the life forward. So we moved ahead again, and as we were going on, I kept instinctively reaching out for the brake. So the driving instructor was again puzzled. He said, "It looks like you have understood how to drive a car. So why are you reaching out for the brake?" I said, "I see the truck so far away, 100 meters away. I'm afraid I'm going to hit that truck." So that's when he made another life lesson for me. He looked at me and he said, "Sir, don't worry. I will give you an analogy. We put you on this particular driving seat. The responsibility is ours. The driving car belongs to our driving school. And I have the master controls to this car at my feet. So what are you afraid about?" And that's when I realized, just like driving, so in life, we have a superior power. Some of us call him God, who put us on this planet, the red-blue planet that he spoke about. They brought us on this planet. He has the master controls to our life. And he's also looking after us in terms of the trials and tribulations that we face through our life. So he's going to take care of all of it. Our only objective should be to achieve our objectives in life, basically our life's purpose. So, ladies and gentlemen, the key message that I want to pass on through this speech is that try to achieve balance in your life no matter what you're trying to do, because just to go back to the analogy of the clutch and the accelerator, you just focus on the accelerator too far, you're going to hit with an accident. Just stay on the clutch, you're going to stay where you are. Similarly, if you keep looking at the rearview mirror of your life and keep focusing there, you're going to make it an accident. You're not going to move forward anywhere. And finally, keep the faith and be the best version of yourselves. Thank you.